The sinner, need identity. Read the Bible, who am I? I'm asking God if I'm just a sinner. Need identity, help me out. If I forgot, help me remember. World telling me that I'm black and a bunch of bywords after that. Shake them up, awake the nation. All my life I had to fight like Sophia, keep your hands on me. They killing the city streets, just hashtagging and start the marching. Not me, I linked up with New Breed, my iron sharpened. From the dust I was created. I speak the truth till I'm in the coffin. God is love, Jesus saved. Why they ain't tell us about the wrath? New Testament say by grace. Why they ain't tell us about the past? Deuteronomy 28, they didn't teach that in Sunday class. Who am I? Where I come from? You the seed of Abraham. Christ said he only came for the lost sheep of Israel. All that time I spent in church, they never talked about Israel. Oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's Easter, paganism that they worship. Praise Jah, been convicted, false doctrine, get evicted. Shake them up, awake the nation. We've been scattered across the globe. Shake them up, awake the nation. True identity, we've been chosen. Shake them up, awake the nation. We the people that saw the book. We learned the truth and they got them shook.
Whole world looking twisted, shaking off the hinges. Need our laws and forgiveness. Must remind you with these fringes, they rules are getting stringent, so we moving so relentless. Look around, seeing lifeless faces, shock 'em with defibrillators. Now they hearts are palpitating, now the souls are levitating. It's the ball is devastation, idol steady falling down. Sacraments of desecration in the final jubilee. According to these calculations, this is blood before dishonor. Broken free from yoke and iron. Now these heathens cannot stop us. Put no God before the Father. Sending shockwaves to your chakra. We Yehuda, they imposters. Bow our heads and let us pray. Send your son with no delay. Make them pay for their crusades. Throw the pen out this grenade. Somebody call ballistics, cause forensics almost on the way. Yeah, this off the Richter scale. God's wrath, the earth will quake. They playing games. Triple H, mental war, inseminate. The Bible's ours, let's dedicate.
Shake them up, awake the nation. We've been scattered across the globe. Shake them up, awake the nation. True identity, we've been chosen. Shake them up, awake the nation. We the people that saw the book. We learned the truth and they got them shook. Rise up, oh, it's real. Rise up, oh, it's real. Rise up, oh, it's real. Rise up, rise up.
Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream, giving y'all some of that spiritual voltage that you signed up for. All praises to the Most High. If you like that song right there, that's from Shy Blood Before Dishonor featuring New Breed. And that joint right there is slapping. Goodness gracious. I want to play that like 2 and 3 more times. Man, that joint right there is a banger. All praises to the Most High. Every time Shy Blood Before Dishonor and New Breed link up, it's just a banger. It's just a given that it's going to be a hit. We haven't released it yet, but once it's released, it's going to be available on all platforms. I want y'all to follow Shy Blood Before Dishonor on all platforms. But when it drops, it's going to drop like an anvil. I just couldn't help myself. I had to give y'all a sneak peek. Saint GQ, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says all praises to the Most High can finally contribute to the work. Congrats on the new king. Thank you, bro. Highly appreciate you. Thank you for supporting this work. That's what's up. I see people rolling in. I see Aaron Terry in the house. CL's in the house. Lisa's in the house. Jesse, I see y'all. DD. Dennis, what's up, Dennis? Yes, indeed. Man, all praises. I see SZ Movie in the house with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. It says congrats on the birth of your young king. Sending blessings and protection. Love from Utah. You've inspired me to change the course of my music. All praises. That's what's up, bro. Hey, because that music, it speaks volumes, man. What you do with your music plays a big role on persuading society to make the right decisions. Music is powerful, bro. That's why you got to make sure you speak in life in the music, because there's a lot of deaf culture out here. Now we're gonna get it popping today. If y'all can, just make sure y'all hit the live stream with a thumbs up. Allow many people to catch this stream, because this particular broadcast right here is pivotal. It's pivotal. I want to share with y'all my experience at the hospital. For those who don't know, we just brung another young prince who's going to be a king into this world. Ray Leon, brother, thank you for the $100 contribution. Thank you for the support, brother. Highly appreciate it. I know my family's going to definitely appreciate that. Says, get something for the baby, brother. Congrats. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that, brother. Highly appreciate you. New Life Beats, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, congrats on your son. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, brother. Highly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank y'all for all the support. And I just want to thank everybody who sent their congratulations, everybody who inboxed me, everybody who's been supporting during the birth of my son. My wife, she went under labor for a long time. It was almost going on 48 hours. Anybody who know about birthing a child, you know there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of time. It's no joke. For you brothers who sat through the process of seeing your child being born, you know what it is. And you grow a whole nother level of respect for the woman that you're dealing with. It's layers to it, how much respect you grow, because I'm telling you, our sisters are straight up soldiers, warriors that go through what they got to go through. Rollo on the 7 Talk, thank you, brother, for the $5 contribution. Says, grass new breed to you and the fam. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Rollo. Highly appreciate you, bro. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Rollo. Thank you, family. Appreciate the support. Yeah, but I learned a lot during this particular experience, especially with the pandemic going on. There's some knowledge that I would like to share with y'all, especially for mothers who may be pregnant at the moment. You know, often I learn from my environment and what's taking place, and then I soak in that knowledge. And my job is to bring it back to you, the people, to make sure that we are on the right track. Thank you for the $5 contribution. Highly appreciate you, bro. So, I mean, off the break, there's been a lot of things airing on the news in regards to the letter gang, for lack of better terms, programming our children. There's a lot going on with that. And there's some knowledge that I want to share on that. There's some knowledge I want to share on brothers and sisters getting through the process of making sure you have a healthy child brung forth into this world. Andre Dozier, thank you for the $5 contribution. Highly appreciate it. Says, congrats, King. May the Lord continue to bless you and your family. Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Highly appreciate it. Now, there's some things I want to go into. First off, let me give y'all the rundown of how things went. Number one, she gave birth to a 7-pound, 8-ounce baby boy. Healthy, got all his fingers, got all his toes, got his eyesight. He can hear. The young man, he's on his way. He's good to go. He's going to hit the ground running in no time. He happens to look exactly like the rest of the babies. The rest of the babies that I've had. Healthy young man. Now, y'all know that there's a pandemic going on. First and foremost, they're only allowing one person during the whole birth to be there. They definitely want to push testing. All right. For those who don't want testing, all you have to do is simply deny it. Now, I'm not here to give people any medical advice of any sort. Allow me to put that disclaimer out there. I'm not here to do that. I'm not a doctor. I'm just speaking of those who have rights and they have the consent to follow their religious rights and their exemptions. All right. So I'm just putting it out there. So women can know their rights, men can know their rights, and you can do things the way you see fit. All right. So when it came to testing, they asked her, did she want to be tested? She said no. It was brung up maybe 2 more times, but all in all, nobody will force you to do anything. And the thing is, often people operate on fear. And a lot of the times, these physicians, they like to threaten people. They'll say things like, let me give you an example. They'll say things like, well, if the baby is not born healthy, then you won't be able to go see the baby while the baby is being treated because you haven't got the you know what, right? They'll say things like that. But listen, if you have faith, if you trust in the most high, and you really believe that your creator is the know all be all, then you don't worry about if something goes wrong. You don't even cultivate that type of energy. You don't even cultivate that type of negative frequency or vibration. You know, automatically you'll say to yourself, you know what? That's if something go wrong. That's if, and they like to sell fear. They like to give you the worst possible scenario in these places. That's why anytime you're going through anything in a hospital, you got to be operating on a very logical level. Fear is a very unreasonable emotion because you are having an undesirable feeling about something that haven't even happened. And often they often play on a woman's emotions. All right. So that's why it's important for fathers to be there, especially you men of the Most High. It's important for you to be there during the process. All right. Now, there was a couple moments where nurses entered the room, and they've they utilized certain tactics that we were prepared for. We declined all vaccinations, including quote unquote vitamin K. And I put that in quotations for a reason. I'm no doctor. You could do your research on what vitamin K is. Although it's common knowledge. But I will assure you that your baby has all the abilities to I'm trying to word this very carefully. Y'all bear with me. Y'all just bear with me, all right? Because I don't want to mess up any community guidelines here. All right. So y'all please allow me to word this properly. So let's put it this way. Thousands of years ago, our babies were pushed out and they didn't need anything. All right. Let me just put it that way. Thousands of years ago, our babies were born and they didn't need anything but the milk of their mother. You understand? There were no preventative measures at all. Thousands of years ago, there were no preventative measures at all, and civilization survived. Civilization grew, civilization dwelled, and there were no preventative measures at hand. All right? So let me just put it that way. And that's pretty much what our mentality was going in. Nothing was forced upon us. She pushed the baby out all natural. There were many times where they tried to I would say, for the lack of better terms, they tried to what's the word, coax her to get a C-section, or any other type of procedure that was unneeded. Somebody said they say breast milk cures cancer, diabetes, and will give your child the best nutrition. That's why they force formula. Absolutely. And that's why it's important for the mother's nutrition to be healthy as well, because whatever is in that woman's body, whatever vital nutrients is in her body, that's what the baby will be getting. All right. Somebody said they make you dependent on them at all costs. Absolutely. Yeah, they'll try to push certain things, and it's just not worth it. And y'all ladies know what I'm talking about. They kept trying to push that thing where they put the needle in the back. Y'all ladies, tell me what the name of that is, because I didn't forgot what it's called. They kept trying to push that too. That thing where the ladies get the needle in the back. Y'all ladies, let me know what that's called. Somebody said detoxing before pregnancy. Okay, okay. Somebody asked, do we leave the placenta on? Absolutely. Epidural, that's it. You know what? Lisa, thank you for that. They listen. I tried to forget that word. This is how much they said it. I had a nightmare of epidural. I have of that word, and I just pushed it so far back because I didn't want to hear that word no more. Oh my gosh, y'all, let me tell you. Now, a lot of the times these nurses and these people in these lab coats, they'll use key words and they'll keep saying it to try to, I don't know, make the woman agree to it. I mean, they literally kept saying epidural, epidural. You know, you don't have to get the epidural, but if you want the epidural, you can get the epidural. If the pain gets too bad, you can have the epidural. Okay, epidural is a choice. I'm not saying you gotta get the epidural, but the epidural, I mean, they literally kept saying it just like that. Just like that. And the whole time, my wife was like, no. Listen, we're gonna do what we gotta do, and we're gonna push this baby out. And she did what she had to do, and she soldiered through it. And you know, and the interesting part is, like, both of our neighbors, right? The rooms that we were in on both sides. One of the nurses was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be next door giving an epidural." On the other side, "Hey, I'm going next door and I'm gonna be giving an epidural." So everybody around us was getting epidurals, and it was just like, listen, ladies, thousands of years ago, you had to deal with the pain. Listen, the pain of childbearing is salvation unto the Most High. It's salvation unto the Most High. The Most High, He made it painful for a reason. You got to endure sometimes if you want the best possible outcome. Lon Diamond, thank you for the $20 contribution. Highly appreciate you, sister. Says, congratulations and blessings to you and your family, King Breed. Thank you, sis. I highly appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And they kept pushing that thing. And, you know, she held her ground. She did what she had to do. The baby is here. It's a blessing. It's beauty in it. You got to protect your children at all costs. And not to mention, when you have a natural birth, for those who don't know, the recovery is twice as fast as anything else. Literally. She's coming home in a couple hours. Literally. She just gave birth yesterday. And she's coming home in a couple hours from now. Now, if she would have got an epidural, it would have took her a long time to get her legs back. And who knows what other type of issues she may have had. Also, if it was a C-section, for those who don't know, anytime you go under the knife, it's very dangerous, and it takes a long time to heal. Now, some people take 2 and 3 weeks to heal. Literally, my son, he was kind of lean, so she didn't get split open. She didn't need stitches. She didn't need none of that. She literally was walking around. She showered, got dressed, was walking around like nothing happened, literally right after she had the baby. Seriously. So I hopefully that motivates some individuals to do things natural, although there's pain that comes with it. The process is a true blessing. So I just wanted to put that out there first. Now we got to talk about these letter people. Get the thumbs up on this video. I got some sources to go to. We got to talk about these letter people. We definitely got to talk about it. Yeah, Lady P said childbearing is very hard. Absolutely. Yeah, it could, yeah. And you know, it takes us a certain type of woman to push through it. So all praises to the Most High. Yeah, somebody else said as soon as they had their son, they was ready to go home. Oh yeah. Yep. They check your vitals for about a day, and then hey, that's it. And here's the other thing. Let me put this in a perspective as well. If she would have, let's say hypothetically, got tested, and by some stretch of the imagination, she came up positive, right? Then that would have been an issue. That would have been a problem in itself. So it's like, hear no evil, see no evil. If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't allow those people to be intrusive on you, then they won't be able to separate you and your child, because that's ultimately what will happen. It could be a false positive, whatever. But when you allow them to begin to be intrusive, that's where the separation can happen. All right. Agimo, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says, all praise to the Most High for blessing your tribe with his new member breed. You got another young lion. Absolutely. For those who don't know, I got 2 boys and 2 girls, man. One day I'm going to put out a collage just showing y'all my babies, something on Instagram. Not, I don't want it all over social media, but put a collage together on my children, man. They awesome, they're very talented. Man, you got to protect these children at all costs, right? Let's just put that out there. They are the future. These babies are the future. Now we got some things to discuss. While I was sitting in the hospital when we first got there in the lobby, something interesting aired on TV. It was Good Morning America. Good Morning America aired, and there was an interesting segment on there that I want to react to. All right. And this segment was about gender neutral toys. Literally, gender neutral toys. And I was like, wow. As we were sitting in the lobby waiting to give birth to our child, that's what's on the TV. And I'm sitting here looking at this. Yeah, they were talking about Legos. This was yesterday's show. And I want to share that show. I want to react to it. Because I was damn near about to have a conniption in that lobby. I was damn near about, I really wanted to preach right then and there to everybody that was in that lobby. I almost couldn't contain it. I know the Most High put the spirit in me to preach, because I'm telling y'all, as I was in the lobby on the way to go, begin with the labor and the birth, I'm telling you, I wanted to go and just preach to everybody that was in the lobby, because there was single mothers there. And I'm like, wow, they're introducing these concepts to women before they even give birth to their child. They're trying to open their mind into their future that the the letter gang want. Calvina Yonker, thank you for the $5 contribution. Highly appreciate you. Thank you for supporting this work. So yeah, man, let me fair use this thing. Let me fair use this thing. 17 USC 107, Section 107, limitations on exclusive rights, fair use. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe of copyright under 17 USC under 107. Now, this includes portions of copyright material, and it can be done word for word verbatim as well. And this particular video here that I'll be sharing will be used for criticism, definitely, news reporting, teaching, and, maybe a little bit of parody, because you know how we give it up. All right. Now, I'm going to share my screen with y'all. And we're going to get it popping today. We got some scriptures to go to as well. Let's see. All right, here we go. Now, the name of this video is called Legos Vow to Remove Gender Bias from Its Toys. Legos. Now, they're really trying this thing. It's really mental war and insemination on those with impressionable minds. All right. Hopefully we don't get any feedback or echo. I do have headphones, so I'm not sure why we get echoes time from time on these streams, but let's see if we can get it going. Give me one moment here.
We're going to move on now to our GMA cover story. Lego is now the latest company to vow that it will remove gender bias from its toys, as research shows that stereotypes can have negative effects on young children. Janae Norman back with the details. Hey, Janae.
Hey guys, good morning again. Lego launching a new campaign called Ready for Girls after research showing that girls are encouraged to play with all types of toys and to do physical activities, STEM activities, things more commonly associated with boys, but boys aren't being encouraged in the same way. Lego now champion.
Now, why the hell would you want to encourage boys to play with girl toys? Why? What's the purpose? Do you think children really feel that things are unfair because they're not playing with the opposite sex toys? They saying basically that girls, they play with all toys, but boys, why is it that boys can't play with Barbie dolls? Now, I remember when Kevin Hart said, listen, if he catch his son playing with a dollhouse, that he was going to bash their ass in the head with the dollhouse. That was Kevin Hart that said that. And, he lost. I mean, the man lost. I think they revoked his invitation to host the Oscars. They actually revoked this man's opportunity to host the Oscars. Or it may have been the Emmys. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. But this is madness right here.
Inclusive play by making their toys gender inclusive.
This morning, Lego is letting go of gender stereotypes, working to make the famous toy pegs more inclusive by getting rid of gender references. A study commissioned by the company found kids hold stereotypical gender-associated attitudes around toys and play, with 4 in 10 girls and nearly 3 in 4 boys reporting it makes them uncomfortable to play with opposite gender toys.
Well, that's because they are the opposite gender. Those sound like children with common sense. That sounds like to me children, right? Somebody said Kevin Hart had on a dress too. I mean, listen, I'm not here to speak about that. He absolutely did. He absolutely did have on a dress. But I was just pointing out that one thing that there's an agenda to silence men when it comes to protecting their children from these this propaganda, from this agenda. That's all I'm saying. It was to make a point. All right. Now, these children who feel uncomfortable playing with the opposite sex toys is because these children, they already know what they want to do. Isn't it safe to say that? These children already have a preference to what they want to play with. So if you go outside of their preference of what they want to do, then that means you are actually pushing them to do something that's against their will. Now, it's interesting. In one breath, you could say, hey, children have the right to choose their gender and choose this and choose that, but they don't have the right to choose to be a child that wants to play with boy toys because they're a boy, or a girl that wants to play with girl toys because they are a girl. If they feel uncomfortable, let them be. They are literally interviewing these children who already have a preference. It's crazy. The Bible tells us, man. The Bible tells us. It tells us in Proverbs 22, verse 6, you train up a child in the way he should go, and he, when he is old, will not depart from it. He will never depart from the faith. The way you raise these children is how they will turn out. The principles that you instill in these children is how they turn out. When they are born, they are innocent. They are a clean slate. They are pure. They only take on the attributes that you give them, whether it be by sight, whether it be auditory, whether it be methods of teaching, principles, whatever you give them, that's what they will be. Somebody said that isn't always true. So you're saying the Bible isn't always true because the Bible just said that. The Bible just said that. The Bible don't lie. It is true. It just so happens that a lot of people don't like to take into consideration some of the faults that they've made as parents because sometimes there's faults that parents make and don't even realize it. So the Bible is, listen, every man is a liar. Let the word of God be true. If the Bible say, if you train up a child a way they won't depart from it, then the Bible is right. Not man, not people. Anything else is emotion. Straight up. And you got to have some spiritual authority. As a parent, you have to have that authority in the spiritual realm that you know that you instilling the right thing in your children, and give your children to the Most High, knowing that they're going in the right direction, knowing that nothing on the outside can make them depart from the faith, even if they veer off. Because sometimes, because a person veers off, that don't mean that they have been lost and forgotten. They may veer off, but that faith, that the truth of the Most High, the word, is still instilled inside of them. It's in their essence. So the Most High is going to drag them back. You got to give your children to the Most High, man. Allow me to play more of this here.
The survey also finding parents 4 times more likely to encourage girls to engage in dress up than boys, and twice as likely to encourage boys to do coding than girls.
What is the agenda with this coding thing? It's definitely an agenda.
Noting most boys and girls agree with the idea that's
and you know, we on the cuff of Halloween as well. And I just want to say this. Don't get it twisted. It's nowhere near innocent to dress your children up as goons, goblins, ghosts, witches, demons. There's nothing innocent about it. I want to let y'all know something, right? Children experience angelic forces and demonic forces. Children experience it. It ain't just when they 13, 14, 15, teenagers and adults. No. Children at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can experience demonic possession, and demonic activity can happen to these children. That's why you got to be careful what they're watching, what they're doing. You think it's innocent following Halloween and dressing your kids up as demons. No, you're creating an energy around these babies. You think it's cool to put them in skeletons and dress them up as different species and things of that nature. No, there's an energy you bringing around these children. And somebody said they steal children during Halloween. Absolutely. Somebody just shared a video with me not too long ago, like last week, of a woman with her 3 children. And they're walking down the street, minding their own business, and some guy with a hood on runs up and snatches one of her babies. Literally just snatches and runs. And seriously, she was defenseless. She was by herself, and there was really nothing she could do. And the man took off, jumped in a car, and they had a driver waiting, pulled off, and floored it. It was really nothing that woman could do, and it was caught on camera. And I mean, like, listen, if it's that dangerous, just walking your children down the street, minding your own business, how much dangerous do you think it'll be letting your children knock on strangers' doors? A lot of the times unattended, or with older children of the family. How much more dangerous do you think it is when they knocking on strangers' doors? Out here in the heat of the damn night. It ain't even this don't even have to be a religious conversation. In the current climate of society, with all the missing children, you shouldn't be putting your babies out there. You need to be protecting them. Thank you for the $5 contribution, Perry Girl. Highly appreciate you. Says New Breed, you are a fearless warrior of Christ. Thank you, sister. Highly appreciate it. Yep. Somebody said lazy parents. Social media is raising most children. That's a fact.
Some activities are gender specific. Those attitudes leaving a lasting impact.
What we found is not only from the parents, but also from the boys, that they were worried that they would be teased or made fun of for playing with toys that would be, say, associated with girls.
You know, I mean, why does she choose to use the word worried? They were worried that if they get caught playing with Barbies, that they would be made fun of, as if these children really want to play with the Barbies. That was just one component that they know to be true as children, having logic. If you ask a child, well, why wouldn't you play with Barbies? He's gonna be like, people would make fun of me, but that don't mean I want to play with them. Yeah, people would make fun of me. I mean, of course they would. But that doesn't necessarily mean I even want to play with these damn Barbies. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. This is who they aiming at, the impressionable minds. And impressionable minds don't just go for children. Impressionable minds also goes to those adults who don't see that there's mental warfare going on with how we raise these children. Let's continue.
What we found with girls, they felt more confident than boys to engage in a variety of playing activities.
Lego, following in the footsteps of other companies like Hasbro, which rebranded the iconic Mr. Potato Head earlier this year, introducing a gender-neutral potato head option.
Yo, they attacking Mr. Potato Head. Yo, they had Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head growing up. Then you got the baby Potato Head. Listen to what they're going to do to Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. I mean, you can't make this up. They pervert everything. They pervert everything, bro. Listen to what they're going to do to Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Listen to this, yo. This is crazy.
With diverse body parts
With diverse body parts? Yo, hold on. With diverse body, are you telling me that you're going to be putting transvesticles on these damn Mr. Potato Heads? They're going to be putting transvesticles on Mr. Potato Head. I mean, what you going to do? Show Mr. Potato Head with his come on. You're going to have his root turned inside out? I mean, what are you going to do? With various body parts. Somebody said, yeah, you can't switch the body parts around. I mean, yo, he's a potato, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have Mr. Potato Head with a little root hanging out, and then you're going to take the root and you're going to rip it up and mutilate it and turn it inside out. I mean, what you going to do to Mr. Potato Head? Mommy, my Mr. Potato Head doesn't have transvesticles. Are you going to make up body parts? What do you mean by various body parts? Somebody said DC with the new Super Bowl. Oh, we going to get there. Oh, better believe we going to get there. We're going to talk about that, bro. Yo, this can't be real. Yeah, somebody going to take that word transvesticles. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I gotta add some humor to it, man, because this is really sad. This is really sad. And sometimes you gotta laugh through it. It's like, are y'all serious? Yeah, they're gonna have hermaphrodite. I think that's the proper term. I don't know what's offensive anymore. So y'all, let me walk on eggshells because you can't say a girl is a girl and a boy is a boy because that's hate speech nowadays. Even though it's damn logic, it's just is what it is. All right, let's continue here. Various body parts on Mr. Potato Head. Man, that's crazy.
Head option with diverse body parts and clothes.
Diverse body parts in clothes. They're going to end up putting legs on that potato and putting 6-inch pumps on it with a mustache. That's what they're going to do to Mr. Potato Head. Put 6-inch pumps on him. He's going to be looking like a damn androgynous. They're going to make an androgynous Mr. Potato Head. Can't make this up.
And Mattel in 2019 releasing the first gender-neutral doll. This all coming on.
Yo, how much of this country's percentage is really identifying as gender neutral? Think about it. You got gender neutral dolls, but like what percentage of the country identifies being gender neutral? You know what? I want to know the answer to that question. I'm not going to just guess. I'm going to answer that for y'all, right? let me use Google real quick. What percentage of people identify as gender neutral? All right, so let me see here. Somebody said, "What are we witnessing?" Absolutely. Let's see if we can get a projection here. 1 million non-binary adults. According to the census, 1 million binary adults. Just 1 million. Let's do this. 1 million, right? How many people are in the United States? Oh, for that matter, I asked that question without even asking what country or what state. So how many people are in the world? Let's do that. How many people are in the world? Damn. 7.7 billion. 7.7 billion of people. 1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 0%. That's like literally 0.00000. 7.7 billion people and only 1 million people even identify as being gender neutral. And we still don't think it's an agenda? Man, come on, man. What the Bible say? Psalms chapter 127, verse 3. Lo, children are an inheritance of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Y'all better stop playing with the Most High's kids. Y'all better stop playing with these babies. The Most High do not play about his children. It says in these scriptures that that's the Most High God's reward. These babies. Let's continue.
Heels of Target's 2015 announcement that stores would de-gender toy aisles.
So you're going to have de-gender toy aisles. So when you go to Target, when you go to your Walmarts and you go to your toy stores, you're going to see, you're going to be utterly confused buying toys for your children because the aisle's going to have everything mixed together. You're going to look on the aisle and you're not even going to be able to tell a girl doll from a boy doll. We're talking about the days of G.I. Joes, the days of action figures, the days of wrestlers. Let me tell you something. I used to sit there for hours and play with my wrestling set. When I finally got me a wrestling set, oh man, it was on and popping. Sit up there, play with the wrestling set, had the ring, had the chairs, play with my G.I. Joe set. Real rap right there. It made you want to be like a wrestler. It made you want to be strong. It made you want to be a G.I. Joe, be a soldier, be a warrior, be a gladiator. And now you telling me that these children going to be walking down these aisles and they ain't going to know what to pick. Parents ain't going to know what to pick. I'm telling you, man, when these devils bit that forbidden fruit of corruption in this country, they ran away with it. Yeah, somebody said I love Ninja Turtles wrestling too. It's messed up though, shaking my head. Facts though. Somebody said they had the Macho Man joint. Facts though. Yeah, man, I used to have Sting with the baseball bat. Man, what? You know, when you was a little boy, you used to reenact everything. You know what I'm saying? You had one of your soldiers coming down on a parachute. You invite all your friends over from the neighborhood and y'all all be sitting there playing with your Transformer toys and your you know what I'm saying, your wrestling action figures. Man, come on, man. Real masculine activities there. Like real things that actually rooted us. You had your Nerf guns. I mean, it was real. Come on, man. Now look at what's going on in this world. Bro, let's continue.
A move that paved the way for legislation signed into law in California over the weekend, requiring large retailers to provide gender-neutral toys.
Man, these people must be powerful, bro. If they can literally go to all large retailers and make them put up gender-neutral toys, and we're talking about not even a percentage of the world can do this. This is crazy. How much power they were given.
Sections.
This isn't a one size.
We're talking about our children. It's crazy.
It's all solutions for every family, and parents should encourage what their kids love and what they're interested in. We want the world to be open to our children. We don't want.
They always got to use a sister. And you hear what she just said? She said, we want the world to be open to our children. She says, we want the world to be open to our children. Isn't that the complete opposite of what the Bible tells us? They're going to use a black woman to get on here and say, we want the world to be open to our children. No, you want the world to be open to our children. We real God-fearing people want their children to be guarded by the ways of this world and by the ways of the devil. Because this world was given into the hands of the wicked. Why would you want your child to be an open canvas for these artists of destruction? Straight being used as a pawn. Man, what Mark chapter 9 verse 42 says, it says, and whosoever shall offend one of these little ones, that means you cause them to error. For anyone who shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hung about his neck and he were cast into the sea. It's better that you were cast to the bottom of the sea with a stone tied around your neck. Then you cause these little children to err from the faith, that you cause these children to live a certain way, live a certain lifestyle that the Most High deems abominable. Active Wavy, thank you for the $9 contribution. Highly appreciate you, bro. It's better that you lynched and be beheaded than cause these children to err from the faith.
They feel limited by their gender. Toy companies are responding to this growing demand.
And Lego says the company is putting more effort to ensure that they erase the bias that parents have toward the Lego brand.
What you gonna do to the parents? Continue to hit them with this left-wing liberalism in hopes that they don't see gender anymore? What do you hope to do to the parents to make them really be brainwashed in that way?
Thinking it's for boys, while paving the way to ensure that biases are removed across the toy industry. Guys.
Thank you, Janae.
Somebody said he said it makes a lot of sense. That makes sense to you? It makes no sense.
Well, hey there, Jimmy.
He says makes a lot of sense. No, it makes absolutely no sense. Woe to him that call good evil and evil good, man. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to tell y'all this, but there's more. When it comes to these abominations they got going on. Somebody said, Khan, scripture is light in a dark world. Glad you brought that out. Absolutely. Thank you, brother. And when you go to Psalms 146, verse 9, it says, the Lord preserveth the strangers. He relieveth the fatherless and widows. But the way of the wicked, he turned upside down. The way of the wicked, he turned upside down. They are literally upside down, inside out, all over the damn place. Seriously. And it even says in the scriptures that the Most High protects the fatherless. He deals with the widows. Listen, women have more power than they think. Even if they're widowed, without father. You got to protect these babies at all costs. If you're raising a child that's a boy to be a little girl. If you're doing something wrong. And a lot of times in our community, I see women talking down on their sons and emasculating them, not understanding how to deal with a young man, because that young man needs his father. And they think that the way to keep him in check is to emasculate him. No, you still got to talk to him like he's a young man. Yes, you discipline him, but you don't do it out of anger. You do it out of the need for them to be disciplined. You don't do it because you're angry, and you don't do it because you're trying to seek rulership or dominion over him. You have to let his masculinity be intact. All right? There's ways to discipline a boy where you're not emasculating them. And I hate when I see mothers doing that. You're going to make him grow up to be a damn psychopath or hate women. You have somebody say related to that when I was a toddler. Yeah. He's going to grow up and hate his mama because the way she chooses to go about discipline. Somebody says some women also don't want to see their sons treat the daughter-in-law better than they were treated. That's a fact. It's a lot of jealousy in our community we got to get over. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Because they're going outright with it at this point. They are going outright with it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing correctly. The new Superman comes out as bisexual, an up-and-coming comic. And look at the damn still shot. Ladies and gentlemen, what the hell is going on here? What happened to Lois Lane? What the hell happened to Lois Lane? So now, Superman, ladies and gentlemen, Superman. We talking about the staple of American masculinity. The staple, because like it or not, Superman was the staple of American masculinity. The actual state. Listen, back in the 80s and 90s, Superman was like Captain America times 1,000. This right here is proof that masculinity in America is gone. It's gone. It's dead. They making a real big statement with this news. So now, Superman, instead of him impressing a woman or women like, you know, the old Superman used to do, come through all strong, lifting up cars and saving children. Now he lifting up cars, saving children, and getting his damn back blown out. Goodness gracious. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Now Superman is a whole sissy. A whole blicky out here in these streets. Superman. So he lifting up cars and oh man, this is just, I'm a little bit speechless here. I'm gonna go ahead and read into this article. I don't even want to play the video, man. I don't even want to play the video. Let me blow this up so maybe y'all can read along with me. You can't make this up, bro. This is crazy. I mean, look, these Gentiles can do this to their children if they want to, but I advise that I don't give a damn what demographic you from. I don't care what race you from. In all honesty, men in general, I don't care. Men in general, Caucasian men, you got to stand up and be like, hell no. Hell no. We ain't doing this. Let's get into it. Okay, look like they're showing an ad here. CNN, Superman's done a lot since he first appeared in comic books 80 years ago. Almost, he saved the world more than a few times. He's died and came back to life. He's dodged punches from Muhammad Ali and even faced off against white supremacists until this year. Though every comic iteration of Superman has been sodded with longtime love Lois Lane. Exactly. But in an up-and-coming issue of the new Superman series, the Man of Steel enters into a queer relationships. You got to be kidding me. So what's Superman going to be bringing to the fight now? So Superman going to be going to battle. When he got to fight his arch nemesis, he's going to have a dildo at hand. He is literally going to be sword fighting with his enemies. You can't make this up, yo. So now Superman is flying down to the scene with a dildo attached to him on his waistline. So now Superman, after he lifts up a vehicle or mends up a bridge, he gonna fly away with the broke wrist. He gonna fly away with the broke wrist, y'all, like this. Now you might as well just put glitter on his uniform. And instead of having the S, why don't you just go ahead and make the S out of a phallus? Now I'm saying this, and I'm not trying to be facetious, because these damn evil beings may actually take this into consideration and do it. I'm not even being facetious. It sounds like I'm like, oh, that's just over the top. They would never do that. No. They may write this comment and be like, you know, that's a good idea. Why didn't we think of that? I'm telling you, man, they aiming at impressionable minds, bro. It says the fifth issue of the DC comic series Superman, son of Kal-El, will confirm that the new Superman, John Kent, I thought his name was Clark Kent. So they changed his name. Oh, okay. Child of Clark Kent. So this is Superman's bisexual son. Is bisexual after falling for Jay Nakamura. So let me get this right. While he's fighting crime, trying to save the world, he falls for another man. Somebody said Superman is Nimrod. Superman is Nimrod depicted. I believe you're right. That's a very astute observation there. Better believe it's after some Greek god of some sort, because these people are into that type of stuff. All of the Zeus activity and demigod worship. That's why you got to be careful with these demigods. I made a video about the quote unquote biggest lie told in religious history, which is the quote unquote virgin birth. Christ had a father, a biological father. And that's why you got to be careful with these demigods. When you stop believing that it takes man and woman to create life, all things are off the table. D, thank you for the $50 contribution. Highly appreciate you, sister. Thank you for that. I got a trick question for y'all. Who did Jesus Christ look like? Who did our Messiah look like? You know how when a baby's born, oh, you look just like your mother. You look just like your father. So who did Christ look like? If it didn't take life to create him, if it didn't take a seed, a sperm, semen, a father, what did he look like? I'm going to see if anybody answers that question. What did Christ look like? And then I'll answer it for you. I'll tell you exactly what he looked like. Let me see. Somebody say he black. Somebody say he was dark as Wesley Snipes. Yep. You want to know what he looked like? Somebody got it right. A diamond. He looked like his father, Joseph. He looked like his father. That's who he looked like. Man. Gotta stay away from these demigods, because even these superheroes are demigods. Our Lord and Savior was not a demigod. He had a father and a family. He was born through a royal bloodline. These demigods, somebody being born without the masculine and feminine attributes coming together, that's called a demigod. Let's make that clear. Somebody says never existed, but you in a chat, you in a live stream following a Bible believer who teaches the Bible day in and day out. So let me do you a favor, Mr. Never Existed. Let me hit you with the, put you out your misery, hit you with the block button. Just put you right on about your misery. Now, let's continue to read this here. Let's see. The Superman son of Kal-El series follows Kent as he after, pardon me. No, let me, I gotta go up some. It says the 5th issue of the DC comic series, Superman, son of Kal-El, will confirm that the new Superman, John Kent, child of Clark Kent and Lane, is bisexual after falling for Jay Nakamura, a male reporter. DC announced this week. The Superman son of Kal-El series follows Kent as he becomes Earth's new Superman. Wow. and grapples with the immense weight of his new gig. Nakamura, a best spectacle, whatever that means, a best spectacle writer with a bubblegum pink mop. Wow, this is sick. First appeared in the series' third issue as a shoulder for Kent to lean on when the business of being Superman gets too rough. Are you got to be kidding me. Wow. So as he's saving crime, he leans on the loving of a damn man. The younger Kent falls literally based on an image for his friend. Man, this is sick, bro. Why even introduce this kind of concept to children, man? Look at this. I'm done. I can't with this. I can't read this no more. I'm done with that. Let's go into these scriptures. Yeah, a bubblegum pink mop. You heard right. Agimo, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says also in Superman's mythos, his race have machines that give birth to the babies of his race, like artificial insemination. Wow, they're telling us something. It's predictive programming here. You see the depopulation agenda. And then they go ahead and try to push, man, the other lifestyle where no life comes from it. Now, listen, I'm not here to bash anybody. Let me make this clear, because you got to say these type of things. Listen, what you do in the privacy of your own home, in the confines of your own space, is really none of my business. Everybody is consenting adults. Whatever, do what you do. I only can tell you what the Bible forbids. The Bible forbids that type of lifestyle. In fact, the Bible calls it an abomination. All right? So if you want to live that type of lifestyle, that's on you. Our issue, and I say our issue, I mean the heterosexual community, a lot of our issue goes with you actually targeting children. Because unlike some individuals, we desire to have grandchildren. We desire to have our offspring continue to live and produce life. We desire to have our legacy and our dynasty live on. See, if everybody in the world was to become homosexuals, then life would cease to exist, because you can't get life from two men or two women. It takes a man and a woman to produce life. So if everybody in the world was to become homosexuals, life would cease to exist as we know it. So that's why pro-life advocates, staunch pro-life advocates, would like to protect our children from certain images and agendas. Now, anybody from any walk of life should be able to understand that. Whether you are bisexual, homosexual, transgender, non-binary, whatever you consider yourself, it should be understandable that heterosexual people don't want their children to be programmed a certain way. That should be understandable, just out of human empathy and compassion. Nobody is trying to push the heterosexual lifestyle on people who already chose to live a certain lifestyle. Only thing we could tell you is repent for your lifestyle. If you want to live a lifestyle that seeks of repentance, the Most High God can forgive you for that. And you can do what you got to do to create life and be a better person. That's just our whole outlook on it. Other than that, we'll leave you alone, leave us alone. Casper on that, thank you for the $5 contribution, says, the only time I picked up my sister's Barbie is when I would use it to sneak and take his clothes off. Man, you was a sly little cat, bro. It says, I knew I like women very young, just common sense. Facts, though. I can dig it. Man, let's go to some of these scriptures, man. Let's go to some of these scriptures. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not thoughts of evil, to give you an expected end. Listen, when your child is born, they have an expected end. You can almost expect, when you are in the Most High, when you are in the truth, when you have that spirit in you, and you know that the Most High preordains and predestines life. And a lot of the times he predetermines our children's life. You can expect the end of them to be righteous. It's expected. It's expected. So the Most High God don't give us any type of thoughts of negativity when it comes to raising our children. You expect them to be good. You have to have spiritual authority over your children. Oh, man, somebody said the word epidural. Oh, man, don't do that. Don't do that, Jen. I almost blocked you. I almost blocked you by mistake. That damn word gave me nightmares that night. But facts, though, you can expect what your children are going to end up. Have spiritual authority over these babies. You know that my son ain't going to be that. My daughter ain't going to be this. You have to know that. It ain't a matter of trying to persuade them. Spiritually, you have to know. It's just one of them things you know. When you operating in faith and you know the will of the Father is going to be used on your children. Psalms 102, verse 28. The children of thy servants shall continue, and their seed shall be established before thee. Our seed shall be established before thee. Let's continue. Matthew chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, insomuch so as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. You don't listen, man. You do. It's a very dangerous ground trying to corrupt children. Very dangerous ground. The Most High is going to deal with them. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth to these sinister people who think it's okay to pervert a child and lead them astray. Dwell in the land, says husband and wife in security of the Most High will be able to protect their walk from this world. Absolutely. But Christ will keep us in contempt, blaming the agenda of the secret societies. I'm not understanding what you mean by that. I tried to get it, but I didn't get that full statement. Candy, thank you for the $20 contribution. Highly appreciate you. Says congratulations to you and your wife. Thank you, sister. Highly appreciate it. And maybe when little man rests up, y'all can get a little sneak peek at him after he rests up for a few days and he just entered the world. You know, I have showed my babies as newborns, but there's a reason why I keep my children from social media until they have the option and the choice of wanting to be on social media. Now I'll show them when they're little babies because they ain't going to look the same anyway. I had my daughter shown, my last daughter that was born, I showed her for a little bit. Then I took the footage down and she grew up a little bit more. And there's nothing wrong. You ain't going to know my newborn. 3 months from now, they're going to look like a totally different person. But there's a reason why I don't. I just want them to have the opportunity. If they want to be on social media when they grow up, if they want to be teachers, if they want to be in a public perspective, then, you know, I allow that after they have been taught. And, you know, I won't mind showing them to y'all, putting together a collage of all my little ones when they were babies, when they were first born. But yeah, you got somebody say I can respect that. Thank you, bro. And you got to be careful, you ladies out there, speaking of protecting our children. Listen, social media can be a very dangerous place, especially when you're a single woman. A lot of the times you got enemies lurking behind these computers. A lot of you sisters think it's cool to post up all your business on Facebook and on Instagram, and you a single mother, nobody there to protect you, nobody there to hold it down, nobody there to hold it down physically. It's very, very dangerous because you got people who snatch up children. You got people who don't mind breaking into houses and doing the R word to women or even children for that matter. There's some sick ass people out there. And there's a lot of organ harvesting going on. Listen, you living in the age of technology and they can't tell you all these missing people are. You got to be careful. Adama says 2 girls and 2 boys, you are highly favored. Oh, absolutely. All praises to the Most High. I got an even split. Yep. The girls always come first and then it's the boy. It'd be girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. Yep. And they just the coolest kids, man. A little something about my babies. A little something about my kids. My oldest daughter, she's in the ballet. And she's 7 years old, and she's in really good shape. She's very flexible. She can flip. Um, I mean, she's so good. Like, she leads her team. She's great. She's interested in gymnastics. My son, my second son, he's 5 years old, and the little man, everywhere he go, he dancing. He's just the coolest guy in the world. My son is just so cool, bro. He's always dancing and he's always making up songs. He's always rapping. It's like these kids know what they want to do. You know, they know what they want to do. It's like he's always rapping. He's just the coolest guy. He walks around with this strut everywhere he goes. Everywhere my son goes, everybody be like, "Yo, what's up, big man?" Because he just walk like a big guy. You know, he has that strut about himself, like his dad. Because I walk around the same way. Very now. I don't want to say cocky, but I have a confident walk. My son, he inherited that. He raps. He can spit. And my daughter after that, she's 2 years old. She's like the baby. You know, she's very loving. She's very affectionate. She's a big help. You know, she loves to help. She's very active. And then my little man that was just born, I don't know him yet that good, but I know he came through and he's healthy and he's strong. So I'm gonna get to know him more and teach him more, because if you can imagine, a father like myself who knows the truth of the word, there's so many things that I'm going to instill in these kids. Like, there's so many things that they're going to understand. There's so many snares that they're going to be able to avoid, things that I went through and errors that I made that, I mean, I'm telling you, man, my babies won't make it. If they think I'm a problem, if these so-called powers that be and these oppressors think New Breed is a problem, wait till you see the new breeds. Wait till you see the new breeds. Wait till you see all of the knowledge that's bestowed upon them, and they grow and they start popping out of places. So, listen, this is what it's all about. It's about family. It's about legacy. Generational blessings. So K Laugh says, I don't know him. Yeah, I got to get to know him a little more. I know that already. He my son. He's my blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. So all of them are the same. All of them have a certain essence about themselves. And you know, we got to take pride in our babies, man. We got to take pride in these children. Somebody said Gator, how ironic. I'm not sure why that's ironic. Gator, how ironic. This is a name brand called Lacrosse. And since you acting weird, want to roll your eyes and say Gator, how ironic, how about this? I just put you out your misery. You ain't got to watch me, because if that's all you can think about while watching this stream, then clearly you're not paying no attention. You're not getting no jewels. So let me just put you on up out your misery. Thank you, King Kenneth says, congrats on a new baby. Absolutely. I don't want to keep on streaming too long. I got some moves to make. I got some things to do. Brothers and sisters, take care of these children. Protect them from all things. You raise them up in the way you will have them be. They won't depart from the faith. I love each and every one of y'all. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. Follow me on Patreon in case this video ends up on Patreon. It shouldn't. We didn't break any community guidelines. We kept it cordial, all the disclaimers and so forth. But follow me on Patreon for exclusive content as well. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed day. With that being said, shalom and peace.